up? What's up, party people? We in the house. We have a studio guest today. We have an audience. Hi, Ma. Sammy's mom is here, and Sammy will probably drop in too. So we have an audience today. So y'all better be on y'all best behaviors. What's up, Pat?
What it do? What
Nothing.
it do? What
Nothing.
it do?
Nothing. So just brief recap from last month. We hope y'all got something out of our attempt to provide financial literacy information for you all. Financial health is important because you want to build your wealth. So if you are not financially healthy, you will not be able to build and sustain your wealth. So we hope everything that we said last month was fruitful for you. I know I was supposed to post notes last week, but I'm having technical difficulties with the posting function in Facebook. So just bear with me. I will try to get that up by tomorrow. But it won't keep the attachment for some reason. So, but we did prepare the notes that we said we were going to prepare for you all. So hopefully I will be able to post those to the Facebook page tomorrow. Now, what's up, Tay? Tay on the ones and twos. I love
The one, the Vicky.
wiki, wiki, wiki. Oh, so this month we're delving into dating in real time. So we will be discussing some sort of relationship-esque topic each week. And Pat, when I presented this one, Pat was like, how we gonna attack this? And I agree with you, sir. There are a lot of ways we can come at dating in real time. You will not.
This is gonna be a medical emergency. When this subject get through, we gonna need to call the doctor. I'm prepared for it now. I'm wrapping up because this ain't even finna go down the way this.
Oh, you wrapping your head? Ain't nobody there to hit you in the head. Ain't nobody.
This is gonna be surgery. This is gonna be surgical, boy.
So here's my thought process on it. Because I can't with you right now.
Okay, what's up?
My thought process is there is too much foolishness out here in these dating streets. and this month we want to give you guys some tools to navigate these streets a little better.
Get out of them.
Huh?
I said, get out of them, boy. Get out of them.
But some people can't even get out of the dating streets because they are not equipped. So we're gonna try to give y'all a little something to make it maybe not better, but more manageable.
That's fair.
We want to make it more manageable. So whether you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, and you out here in these dating streets, and I did go up to 70. I have been getting hit by all these older men, and they old enough to be my daddy. So, and I know I'm cute, and I know I'm smart, and I know I got a lot to offer, but that's just a little too old for me. But I'm gonna just say, no matter what genre in which you were born, no matter how old you are, we are going to give you some tips to make it more manageable. Why are you looking at me like that, sir? You thought that was going somewhere else, didn't you?
No, it better not have gone nowhere else. They want these men giving you their Geritol. Come on, Clarence, take your Geritol. Geriatric husbands.
So Pat, what do you think about when you say, well, when we give you the topic, I don't know which hat I want you to wear first, but when we give you the topic, dating in real time, what does that mean to you?
Just off the rip, when we talk about dating in real time, the first thing is I want to tell you is that simply says to me, I'm engaging with someone as they actually are right now, not their potential, not their past, not a version of them that you hope they will become. It's about staying present instead of projecting. We hear it all the time about people dating potential, marrying potential. Y'all, that's not reality. I had a person who told me the other day, she says, you are a realist and it gets on my nerves. And I'm like, I said, well, would you mind explaining to me why me being a realist gets on your nerves? Because for me, a person like me who's an optimist, you kill my dreams and you kill my, and I let her say everything that she had to say. And I said, well, if I had to be honest, you're more of a realist than I am. No, I'm not. I know I'm not. I am an optimistic and I just love optimism. I'm like, okay. I said, will you date a broke man? She said, no. Will you date a man that don't have a job? She said, no. I said, will you date a man that is unemployed, don't have a house, don't have a car? She said, no. Will you date a man that is not going to be able to provide for you and take care of you? She says, no. I said, as a matter of fact, you even told me that in your last situation, when you didn't have money, you told your person that if he couldn't help you pay your rent, that the relationship would be over. Am I correct in stating what you said? She said, yes. I said, baby, that is realism if I ever heard it.
Well, but let's just get this straight. The reason people are confused about terms like that is because they don't even know what the terms mean.
Exactly. Exactly.
So, I tell anybody, I am a realist first because I deal in reality. I don't deal in dreams. I am a person who is a dreamer, but when
Of
you
course.
dream, you have to have steps to meet those dreams, and you have to have action items so you can achieve the dreams. So all of that to say, the reality of the matter is I am a person who deals with reality. If there is no way, no shape, no form of me completing something in real time, how can I put this delicately?
Don't do it delicate. Just say it real.
If I cannot achieve what the Lord put in me and put in my heart and establish me and position me for a purpose, what is the point of me dreaming? Because those dreams are given to you because He has purposed for you to walk in that dream in some way, shape, or form. And He's going to make that happen by giving you the tools, the resources, and everything you need to get that. So the reality is, as a realist, I understand that. And I understand that there are actions that go along with whatever dream I have been given.
Come on.
So even when we're talking about relationships, the reality is if God placed in my heart to be married, He's going to send the person for me to marry. But that still means, as the realist that I am, I have to take the steps needed to prepare myself
Yes.
for that purpose.
Everybody is looking for the right. I'm looking for the right man. I'm looking for the right woman. No. You need to become what you are preparing for. Because how am I looking for a husband and I haven't became or prepared to be a wife? Why am I looking for a wife and I haven't prepared to be a husband? Y'all, you got to pay attention to what's happening. You got to pay attention to current behavior, not promises or intentions. You do not fast forward to the future of forever and marriage and all that stuff before the present is solid.
So
Even the Bible says that hope deferred makes the heart sick. So at the end of the day, you got to take care of the present before you can even focus on future or forever.
and I'm gonna even say it this way. I'm gonna be transparent for a second. In my current relationship, we talk about everything. Notice I said everything. Hey, cousin Kels, we talk about everything. So in the talking, we have conversations in which those conversations allow us to plan for what is to come. It has already been established what our end goal is, and those conversations are the task that we need to put in place in order for us to meet the end goal. So, in your relationships, if you are not preparing yourself for what you want, like how can I be a wife if I can't even have a conversation with my future husband about finances, about sickness, about investing, about how we gonna merge households, blend households, or whatever that looks like. If we can't talk about what it looks like in sickness and in health, if we can't stand each other for richer or for poor, like those conversations are needed for you to even be prepared to take that end game.
But you're allowing things, Nick, to happen. You're allowing things to unfold naturally. You're not forcing an outcome. The outcome is inevitable by the way you are moving strategically day to day in the present.
You might need,
and a lot of people force outcomes. They force it because they don't allow things to just happen. Y'all, here's the reality. A lot of people struggle with this because of one thing that this requires: emotional discipline. It's easy to fall for someone's idea of their potential, but real-time dating, what that actually requires is this honest question. And here's a lot of you right now. I don't want to break up nobody's relationship, but ask yourself this question tonight. If nothing about my person ever changes from this day forward, would I still choose them just the way they are? If you can't answer in the affirmative, you are not dating in real time. You are hoping that they change. You are hoping that they'll become. You are frustrated, but you're not voicing it. Maybe you are soul tied to that person. Maybe you're with them because you're lonely. Maybe you're with them, whatever the case might be. What I'm saying is that you're not dating them in real time. If you could ask yourself that question, if nothing about my person changes, would I still choose them? If your answer is no, you're not dating them in real time.
I'm taking notes. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Because somebody's probably finna come looking at me because she's gonna tell him that man told me to break up with you. I ain't telling y'all to do that.
No.
Because one, I don't want your man to get whooped because he come. I'm from Oak Cliff.
I can't be project-ish. No,
I'm from Oak Cliff. I'm telling you, gang members were scared. Bill, listen, the mailman didn't come down our street. The mailman just put the mail on the corner and said, "Y'all get it and sort it out. Y'all know where y'all live." They didn't even walk that. So don't come this way with that foolishness. Because
AT. So, but here's what I hear you saying. Dating in real time means that you have to be actively present at that moment, at that
Moment.
specific juncture, at that specific
Showing up in truth and transparency.
at
This
that
is
time.
who I am.
And as you're doing that, I'm gonna offer this little tidbit too. A lot of times the reason that is an issue for people is because you're not even showing up as your authentic self. We
Uh-oh.
we have talked about being your authentic self since the inception of this podcast. Um and we have done ample episodes about being your authentic self. And part of the issue in my
Mm.
mind is that people are coming into relation with other people um not healed, not knowing who they are, not having done the work. Um and healing and doing the work and knowing who you are three separate things. Because in order for you to get the work done, you have to acknowledge that some like who you are and that something is not sitting correctly. And then once you acknowledge that, you start doing the work. And as you do the work, you really start to know exactly who you are, how you operate, what makes you tick, the things that you need to kind of deal with and heal from and put away
Mm.
and not carry, and the trauma that we need to just discard. And I'm not saying it all goes completely away, but as you do the
Of
work,
course. Of
you
course.
begin to lay things aside. I'm a person with daddy issues. Doing the work allowed me to deal with the daddy issues. I can't be in a healthy relationship if I'm bringing daddy issues as a part, as a piece of luggage to the relationship.
So what they have to then do, Nick, is accept that if I'm going to date in real time, that this is not about the other person. This is now about me. It means that I have to be honest about my own state.
Mhm.
I have to be honest about what I need. I have to be honest about what I can give. That is my capacity. And a lot of people don't understand. Y'all, if you're dating a gallon jug and you are only a pint, you can't give them what they need. You don't have the capacity. You have to really be honest about your capacity, about what you can give. And then you have to be honest about where you actually are emotionally. Because some of us, we make it too hard for people to love us because they should not have, it's not their responsibility to deal with all of your emotional deficits.
Oh,
And we have a tendency, anybody ever been told this? You know, now we heard it differently when we was kids, but this is a different generation. But in the kids we would hear, y'all heard something like, if you love me, you'll let me. And that's that person who's telling you that if you love them, you know, you saving yourself or you keeping yourself or not allowing yourself to be sexual without commitment. You know, if you love me, you'll let me. Well, that has kind of like flipped now, where instead of us doing it where it comes down to sexual, because now we make sex so cavalier that it ain't even taboo no more. But now it's a matter of, you know, being taken care of, provided for. You know, you send somebody a Cash App request before they even know your last name. You know, you meet them on day one, and in order for y'all to go and get to know each other, he got to pay for your hair, your nails, send you $20, you know, for you know, have a Starbucks as you drive, make sure your car is clean, get you an outfit, this so forth, all of just so y'all can even get to know each other. So now we ain't even showing up authentic, because everything now was a price tag. But if I treated you like a price tag, I'd be wrong.
But you are, and here's the other. Can we get back to when people took care of their own shit?
That's called adulting.
I understand it's called adulting.
It's called adulting. Pay your own bills. Pay your own light, water, gas, insurance, car note. Pay your own phone bill. Listen, I love my daughter. And if she's watching this episode, Daddy, love you, but I'm finna tell all of our truth. My daughter called me one day and she said, Daddy. And I said, yes, baby. She said, they're getting ready to turn my phone off. And I said, and I'm so sad that they're about to turn your phone off, but what does it have to do with me? Daddy, you can't help me pay my phone bill. Of course, I have the financial wherewithal to be able to do that, but I want you to do me a favor. I said, they build you every 30 days, right? Right. They bill you every 30 days, right? Right. They bill you every 30 days. That's a cycle. I want you to go in your phone and I want you to check how many times you've called me in the last 30 days. She said, I haven't. I said, then call the people that you did call and tell them that your phone bill needs to be paid. Now, if I do that with my own daughter,
well,
I don't care who you are. What I'm teaching her is, relationship has privileges.
Relationship has privileges, but go ahead.
And if you are consistent and reciprocal, and we have an ebb and flow, and this things go back and forth, I ain't gonna let nobody use me, not even my own children. And she understood exactly what I meant. Now, she might have hung up the phone and she may have been mad. And I don't know if she was. But the truth of the matter is, I don't care if she was. I meant what I said.
Well, and let's talk about privileges. When you are in relationship. And I'm real relationship, not situationships, not friends with benefits, not, I'm talking a relationship. Can we please understand that there is a difference between, well, now that'll complicate matters. There is a difference between relationships, friends with benefits, and situationships. Let me just put it right there. Just like there is a difference between courting and dating. When you decide to be in a relationship with someone, you are deciding that you are in a reciprocal transaction with another person.
Nick, write this question down. You good for you take notes real well. Real-time dating asked this question. What am I consistently experiencing? Not what did they promise me? Real-time dating asked that question. Because I know what you said, but I can't deny what I am consistently experiencing. Because here is what people, watch this. We watch actions, we listen to words. People will tell you who they want to be, but their behavior shows you who they are.
Ooh, okay. Wait, I got a good example. Okay.
Come on, Nick.
See, y'all know I've been dating somebody. Y'all just don't know who that somebody is. So here's the example. When I was dating, hold on, we got a question. You mean it's not what people say, but what they exactly, cuz exactly. Okay, so here's my example. Current relationship, he laid out what the intention was from jump, where this was going, how we were going to get there. Relationship before current relationship, we just going to see where it goes, do what it do, So the previous relationship, called me out the blue a few weeks ago. I just don't understand why this couldn't work with us. We are so compatible and da 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 blah 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 blah. And when my answer was,
Mm-hmm.
my answer was,
Come on here.
in my current relationship, I knew exactly where I stood. It was not a guessing game. He laid out what the plan was, how we were going to get there, what his thoughts were for the future. It was not a, oh, well, let's wait and see. To which the previous person says, well, my intention for you was always that we were going to end up married. Stop.
Ooh.
How is that the intention if you never shared that? So you
Because they say they want a relationship, but they only text at certain times of the day and night. That they say that they care, but they disappear in your life when it matters. They say that they're busy, but they never make time. It's really this. Here's what they want you to do. Watch this. Watch this. People want you to slow the timeline down. Here is the reason why. Because they literally are addicted. They are addicted. They are addicted to conviction. No, watch this. They want you to slow the timeline down because they are addicted to conviction, but they are allergic to conversion.
Ooh. I mean, that's good. Wait, I need to write.
They want you to slow your timeline down. You're telling them at this place in my life, I ain't got time to play. I ain't got time to wonder where we are. I ain't got time to wonder who's on my team, who's for me, who's riding for me. They want to slow it down because they are addicted to conviction. They everything convict. Like, oh, I'm so sorry. I know I didn't do right. I know I should have. I know I should have gave you more. I know that you deserve more. I know that you are a good woman. I know that you deserve more. But they are allergic to conversion because they never change.
And for me, it was never about wanting somebody to change. It was, for me, relationships are simple. To me, relationships are simple. To me, relationships are, if this is what we doing, this is what we doing. And at some point in the relationship, there is a meeting of the minds where you decide this is how we are moving forward. This is what we are going to do as a couple. This is and you set the expectations. So for me, it is never an issue of not knowing where I stand. If I start doubting where I stand, I'm out. Like I'm just at this point, I ain't 20 no more. I'm 50. I'm sorry, I'm 51. Thank you, Lord. I'm in my 50s. I don't have time to keep playing these games with, oh, well, I think no. There is a point in time where you're supposed to know what you want and how you gonna get it.
Can I tell you
if you
this?
don't know how you gonna get it, you at least know the steps you need to take to pursue it.
Absolutely. A lot of dating problems come from people moving mentally faster than reality.
Ooh.
You meet.
You said mentally faster
than reality.
Go ahead.
You meet
faster.
You imagine a future. You feel chemistry. You assume compatibility. You have a good few moments, but you overlook patterns. Get to you again. You meet. You imagine a future. You feel chemistry. You assume that means compatibility. Even for y'all folks in church, let me go ahead and give you a disclaimer. Christian don't mean compatible.
Sure don't.
Y'all quick to ask tonight, are you a believer? You. That don't mean compatible. You have a few good moments, but you overlook patterns. Patterns are undefeated.
Mm.
And you stay grounded in stages. So I stay grounded in interest. So I stay grounded in interest. And once interest has been proven, then I go to consistency.
But it's all you can't do that because you're subject to get anything at any moment because we're supposed to be dating in real time.
In real time.
We don't date.
Consistency opens trust.
Yep.
Trust brings about commitment. If you skip steps, you will attach to someone that you don't even actually know.
Ooh.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a mess waiting to happen. I keep trying to tell people that when people talk about loyalty, or we talk about, listen, here's a reality. I know you write notes. False loyalty is simply betrayal on layaway. And how are you loyal to someone you don't even know? Do our purposes align? Do our desires align? Do what we want? I'm just going to be honest with you. Y'all, listen, y'all better you better have these cars. I know she cute, shaped like a Coca-Cola bottle. Hell, I don't care if she's shaped like a beer keg. Do we align?
You know, and that was another piece of the conversation with the previous. Like, I was like, it's not about all of that. It's about alignment. Crickets. Because he didn't understand why we didn't align. And I said, because we aren't aligned on how I see my life going, how you see your life going. We're not aligned on how a partnership works. We're not aligned on a lot of things. And for me, I need the whole picture, not just 50%. I don't deal in dreams. I deal in reality. And the reality for me was we were not aligned. I did not see where it was going to go. I couldn't see us even growing together. So I was just like, I'm out.
You know where a lot of people lose themselves? This is what you should do. And people, if you know me long enough, I'll tell anybody, I'll say respond to things, not react. But the reality is people lose themselves because you are supposed to respond, don't rationalize. Because most of the time when you rationalize, especially when I told you about patterns, you tell yourself rational lies. Okay, what's a rational lie? Watch this. Something happens and you'll say, oh, they just probably stressed. Or maybe they just overthinking. Or they didn't mean it like that. Here's what I tell myself. That didn't make me feel good. I'm responding. That was inconsistent with what you told me. And if it's inconsistent with what you told me, I have a right to hold you accountable.
Mm-hmm. But
watch this one.
To accountability.
That doesn't align with what I want.
Well,
I had a conversation with two sisters the other day, and she was advocating for one sister who she's in a relationship with a man that's withholding things from her. But the sister then said, but until I get what I want, I'm going to withhold intimacy. And I said, so then if you're going to withhold intimacy until you get what you want, why is it not okay for him to withhold his finances and support until he get what he wants? I said, who's right? Because real-time dating means you adjust based on reality, not excuses.
So again, when you are dating,
we're gonna have to do some sideline conversation with this. People gonna be in your inbox when this is over. What y'all say on that show?
So think of it like this. If you are in a football game, football games are in real time.
Hello.
They don't the quarterback isn't throwing to the wide receivers and the running backs 15 seconds later. It's all in real time. If the line doesn't protect the quarterback doesn't get a chance to throw because the line didn't protect the quarterback. So in your relationship, you the quarterback. And everything that you have done up until this point is your O line or your D line. And your wide receiver is your mate. And the end goal is your touchdown. So if you ain't practicing with your mate and you not, why are you looking at me like that?
You better come on in here, Super Bowl of love. Listen, you don't let it be broke. That thing have been broken and into pieces. I ain't mad at you, Gone, Nick.
I'm just saying.
Go dust your shoulder off. Come on, girl.
You cannot play a game without the right partners, without the right pieces, without the right game footage, without the right preparation. If the touchdown is you get married, how you gonna get married if you not feeling the plays? I'm just saying, how you gonna do that if you're not feeling the plays? And you cannot play a sport 15 seconds to 15 seconds. It's all done in real time. It's all done right now. It's all done in the moment. You cannot have a relationship living in the past, and you can't have a relationship building it out in the future if you're not even dealing with what is going on in real time.
Can I drop a bomb?
Mm-hmm.
Ladies and gentlemen, please do me a favor and understand that if you're going to really successfully do this, and this is really me, and I'm really, my heart goes out to my sisters because, again, you are more emotional and men are more practical. So with that being said, you got to stay rooted.
Me who have been called a dude forever.
So you got to stay rooted in your standards.
You do.
And what I mean when I say stay rooted in your standards, real-time dating only works if you actually know your baseline. And so if you know your baseline, here are examples. When it comes down to communicating daily, are they consistent? Are they clear? When it comes down to effort, do they initiate or just respond? When it comes down to emotional availability, can they show up or not? If you don't define this, you'll keep adjusting yourself to fit them. And the more you keep adjusting yourself to fit them, then you're going to realize that you got to check the patterns, not the moment, because anyone can have a good day. Anyone can mess up once. Is this consistent effort or occasional spikes? Is this a pattern of respect or just a random good behavior? Because consistency equals character. Inconsistency creates confusion. And if you don't know where your person is, if you can't mark them, I know sometimes people be talking about, I heard people talking about that. Yeah, I don't like being predictable. I don't want, no. There are some things I need to be able to consistently know that this is you. How about you pick up your phone and you text someone from an unknown number and they know you so well that they're able to recognize who's on the other end of the phone without you even saying your name, or because there's a consistency in tones and words and exchange, and they'd be like, man, stop playing. I know who this is. That's dating in real time.
Consistency is character. Inconsistency is what again?
Confusion.
Confusion. And then here's the other thing. Dating in real time requires definition. And you want to know what that means? Stop allowing people to put you in situationships, calling them relationships. Dating in real time requires that you have a definition that you're in the relationship. Because what are you doing?
Dating potential.
But that's not a relationship.
Exactly. That's what they're doing. And I'm gonna tell you how you know, if you've ever said things about your partner, you're dating potential. They could be this if they were just this. That's you telling yourself to stay in this moment until that cycle changes and they become. Once they get through this phase of their life, they're gonna be, oh, I see who they can become. That's not real time. That's future. That's what's called future-based attachment.
Listen, my sweet godson, this little girl told him she was gonna be there when he go to his D1 school. My godson went, no, the hell you not. Cause you 14 and what if my baby don't even like you in 6 weeks, a week? Like, you 14. But she was already future attaching at 14. You don't know my baby like that. You 14. But this baby told him she gonna be there when he go D1. He in 8th grade. What if he decide he ain't gonna play no more? Future attachment. We deal in reality. We don't deal in future. And the reality,
that's hard for people to do. But I'm gonna tell you something that I do that works for me. I ain't telling you that you gotta adopt it or adapt to it. It works for Patrick. I match energy. I don't overinvest.
Yeah.
I'm serious. I'm because you stop making excuses for people. Y'all, we say all this stuff because this is what we do. Well, no relationship is full yet. And at one point, somebody's gonna be 90 and I'm gonna be 10, and somebody's gonna be listen. We're not talking about having low vibrational days, going through challenges. I'm talking about how that person consistently shows up every day. I have to ask myself, I pay attention how I feel when I'm around somebody. I don't ignore that. Don't just ask yourself how you feel about them. How do you feel when you're around them? Do I feel secure? Do I feel anxious? Do I feel chosen? Am I confused about where I stand? Do I feel at peace? Am I always questioning? Your emotional state is data, not something for you to ignore.
Ooh.
Feelings aren't always facts. And it doesn't always, your emotions, they aren't always facts. And they don't even really tell you what to do, but they are data.
Okay, Pat. So how can I do this in real time? Okay, Pat. You meet someone for the first time because we're dating in real time right now.
Mm-hmm.
You go up to a young lady, y'all are at you're at an art mixer.
Okay, sophisticated little bougie thing. Okay, go on, girl.
You're at an art mixer.
You so bougie. Go ahead.
I am. Got another piece of art I'm looking at right now. You're at an art mixer.
Okay.
And someone catches your eye.
Mm-hmm.
What do you say to her to get her to consider a first date?
Ooh. Okay, so now we're talking about the art of introduction. So
we're not talking about the art of introduction. We're talking about what does Pat say when he sees this woman across the room? She has caught his eye, and he want a first date.
Well, the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say what I see calmly, because I saw something that attracted me to her, that I'm drawn. So if I'm drawn, I'm going to say what I see. So if it is that, okay, and here's the thing, it is not just, why you got me doing this on this show? I can't stand you. It's not just what you say, it's also how you say it. So it is it when which is you think gonna grab your attention better? I walk up to you and tell you how pretty you are, or that you're beautiful, or that you're gorgeous. I'm like, excuse me, I just stopped long enough to tell you that beauty really wears you well.
I'm gonna laugh in your face.
You know what? You can laugh, but you won't deny that you ain't never heard that like that.
This is true, but I'm gonna laugh in your face.
And here's my thing.
I'm gonna be in my mind. This Negro is crazy.
And I'm so real that I would laugh with you. And I would tell, and when I tell you I'm so serious, laugh if you will. But when I tell you, it ain't gonna shake my confidence, because here's the thing. Where did you put me? You put me in an art gallery.
Mm-hmm.
So you put me around intelligent people.
Mm-hmm.
And so if I'm around intelligent people, they're going to want you to approach them intelligently.
Correct. But I'm still going to laugh at you. I'm going to laugh in your face. I might
not here's the thing.
In your face.
Because certain words speak to certain desires. Do you know that if you call somebody sexy, that they're telling you that they see you sexual?
Yeah, of course. But that's not why I wanted you to do this. And you still ain't done what I asked you to do. But anyway.
And I know why you did. That's why I ain't doing it. So, okay. So what Patrick would say to, if I wanted to engage in just a first date, again, I'm going back to what I initially said. What I'm going to say, what I see. How that conversation will sound in real time, I don't know, because I would have to then engage with the person. Now, am I able to pivot on the spot? Absolutely. I can flow. I'm a wordsmith. But what I'm going to do basically is I'm going to ask you directly. This is an art event. I would love the pleasure of being able to interview your heart and get to know it on another level. I would be able to do that if I could take you away from this place and spend time in your presence. I'm going to ask for what I want.
Okay. Thank you. That's all I was trying to get you to say.
I know where you're going. That's why I say I'm going to ask for what I want. But here's what I'm going to say. Watch this. One of the things to dating in real time, and that's why didn't want to get there, because in order for me to get there, I have to also tell a person that you got to be willing to walk away early.
Okay.
This is the part that people avoid. Real-time dating means that you don't want months for clarity. You don't stay hoping things will click. You don't ignore early misalignment. The reality is that a woman is going to feed your come closer or your And y'all, the thing is, and I told somebody this one day, she said, I want a man to chase me. And I said, let's look at this visually. And I want you to think about this. Have you ever seen a criminal run toward the police? They typically run from a police because they don't want to be caught. And I don't understand how people who say that they want to be caught or captured or raptured, as Anita Baker would say, caught up in the rapture. Okay, how people want to be caught up, but you're running. Why am I chasing you?
Correct.
Because love will cause us to run to each other, not from each other. So basically, I would just simply ask. But I'm also dating in real time, so I know how to walk away early.
Okay. Parting.
But I get where you're going, but I would just ask.
You said all of that. You did all of that.
Hush your mouth. We got company. You got people in that audience.
That ain't stopping you from doing nothing. Mama is sitting here. And are you enjoying the show?
She probably laughing.
She
Hey,
is.
Mom. Hey, Mom.
Laughing.
She probably said that boy still
Sammy. Now that show said, but they was a little too much.
She's gonna be like, that boy still stupid. Lord help him, Jesus.
No, not my mommy. This is Miss Sammy's mommy.
Oh, hey, Miss Sammy's mommy. Miss Sammy's mommy probably be like, what y'all done got me into this evening? Ma'am, unfortunately, we are like this all the time. We are like this all the time. I can't lie. We are like this all the time.
We really are.
We really are.
So as we close tonight, this month we're going to stretch you. We're going to make you think. We're going to say some things that you probably gonna be pissed off about. But our intentions are pure. We really want everybody to get this dating thing in a more manageable space.
Yes.
You cannot be out here in these dating streets if you're not dealing with what your reality is. Please start working on yourself. If you know you have issues, go get some help. The doors of the church are open. We will provide you with resources so you can get the help you need.
Absolutely.
Begin to understand who you are, what you want, what you are bringing to the table, what you are emotionally ready for in these relationships. And please, please, please stop getting into situationships and friend with benefit experiences thinking that those are relationships. That is not a relationship.
Who is it really benefiting?
Who is it really benefiting? That is why situationships are not called relationships. That is why friends with benefits are not called relationships. do yourselves a favor and define what you want. Define what you are doing. Um, my sisters, my sisters, my sisters. Please stop chasing these men. It is not for us to chase the man. It is not. He will find you. The person who is meant will find you. Fellas, do yourselves a favor and come correctly. Final thoughts, Pat?
Dating in real time is really about one question. Am I accepting what's actually happening, or am I negotiating with what I wish was happening? I absolutely agree with final thoughts. I would say this just at the end of the day. I've noticed communication is inconsistent, and that doesn't work for me. So what I'm saying is, when you're having a conversation with somebody, there's a difference between ego and accountability. And their responses will tell you everything. They adjust potential. They dismiss clarity. They deflect pattern. Dating in real time is about emotional discipline.
All right, y'all. That's all we got. Peace. See y'all next week. Nope.
Where is it at?
Nope. No. No, that's okay. We're supposed to play the promo first.
You got a different song? What's the song? What's the song? What's the song?